Hi everyone, I'm Nathan from the ebookreader.com. For this video, I'm going to give you guys a comparison review between the Samsung Galaxy Tab 4 here on the left and the Kindle Fire HDX here on the right. So the biggest difference between these two tablets straight off the bat, you can tell, is the fact that the Galaxy Tab has quite a bit smaller frame here. We've got, I mean, if you put it side by side there, you can even see the screen on the Kindle coming through there, even though they both have the exact same screen size. The Galaxy Tab is quite a bit smaller. Width-wise, I mean, the top-wise are about the same. If anything, the Galaxy Tab is maybe a millimeter taller. They're both about the same thickness, maybe half a millimeter difference between the two. But as far as the screen goes, the Kindle, it does have a higher resolution screen. You got the 1920 by 1200 resolution screen on the Kindle. The Galaxy Tab, it has the 1280 by 800 resolution screen. So that's one of the biggest differences first off. Though I gotta say that I like the Galaxy Tab screen a little bit better. It's probably not going to show up on the camera here, but the Kindle, it has this weird blue lines that go along the side. Never really dug that for e-reading, because when you're reading along here, you got this distracting blue line. I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera or not, but it's a pretty common thing around with the HDX screens. Amazon even added a disclaimer about it on the product description page. So that's one thing I don't like about the HDX as far as the screen goes. Otherwise, it's super clear, super crisp. You have really tiny font like this, it's very clear. So that's the main advantage over the lower resolution screen on the Galaxy Tab. So I really don't have any problem reading this small text right here, but it is a little bit more pixelated than it would be on the Kindle. So like if you're viewing an ebook app here and you've got the smallest font size, or if you're viewing web pages fully zoomed out, it's about the only time you're really going to notice the difference in screen resolution. So I mean, basically if you just have the smallest font on the Fire HDX and the smallest font on the Galaxy Tab, you're going to notice this a little clearer on the Kindle. With the higher resolution, you got like 100 more pixels per inch, so obviously it's going to fill in the edges a little bit better. So like a smaller font, and it's probably not obviously not going to show up on the camera, but it's just a little bit more rough around the edges as far as comparing the screens go. That's just sort of the difference with the screen resolution as far as that goes. So otherwise, I mean, the screens, they both look really good to me actually. So I mean, they both have very clear, crisp fonts and very good colors. I'd say the Galaxy Tab just has a little bit more advantage in the color regard, but it's sort of hard to say. So basically, let's go on to some of the other other hardware differences, and then we'll talk about the software differences, which is obviously huge. So the hardware, the Kindle has a faster processor. It's got a 2.2 gigahertz quad-core processor. Galaxy Tab has a 1.2 gigahertz quad-core processor. That being said, I gotta say I don't really notice any speed difference between the two. So I mean, a full gigahertz faster on the Kindle, I mean, honestly, don't notice it. So I mean, it just sort of depends. I mean, maybe if you're playing some high-end games or something, but I mean, even racing games like Asphalt 7, I was playing that in the demo review for this. It plays fine, it looks fine. So I mean, so it just sort of depends on, I guess, the specific app. The other main advantage hardware-wise for the Samsung is it has a memory card slot right here. Kindles never have memory card slots except for the very first e-ink Kindle. So yeah, you got the memory card slot on the Galaxy Tab. That's an advantage hardware-wise. Okay, so otherwise, hardware, these two guys, they both got the 7-inch screen. We both got front-facing cameras. They both got a front camera, but the Galaxy Tabs only want the rear camera. The Kindle, it doesn't have rear cameras. I don't know why they never add rear cameras on the Kindles, but you got the front camera right here. On the back, we don't have any camera, like I said. So you got better speakers on the Kindle for sure. We got these speakers on the edges, and they sort of project out. And since it's tapered right there, you set this down and it gets good sound. Definitely got better sound than the Galaxy Tab. It's just got this one little single speaker hole on the back here, and it does tend to get a little bit more muffled, and the sound just isn't quite as loud, or the quality's not as good. So the Kindle does get the advantage in sound for sure. So as far as other features go, they both got Bluetooth, they both got the dual band Wi-Fi. So the Galaxy Tab here, it's got a physical home button, and it's got sensors for the on-screen buttons, whereas the Kindle, you can see right here, it has the on-screen buttons, whereas the Galaxy Tab has the dedicated buttons, so they're not taking up actual screen real estate. So let's go on to the next major difference between these two. Of course, clearly the software. So they're both based on Android 4. I think the Kindle's based on 4.4. Amazon doesn't actually publish what they base it on, but I think it's Android 4.4. So that's exactly what the Galaxy Tab runs, KitKat 4.4.2. So the main advantage with the Galaxy Tab, of course, is you got the full Google Apps tie-in, you got Google Play Store access, you got all the Google apps. The Kindle, it's a lot harder to get that kind of stuff on here. There's some Google apps you can sideload onto here, but of course you're not going to get the Play Store on here without rooting it, so that's completely main advantage for the Galaxy Tab is having all the apps from Google, where Samsung or the Kindle you only have Amazon's app store to get apps from. So obviously you don't get like as many apps, and they're not updated nearly as often as the Play Store apps. So that's a definite advantage for the Galaxy Tab. That being said, Amazon does have a ton of apps in their store. They do give away a free app each day, so I mean it does have its unique advantages as far as that goes too. With the Galaxy Tab, you got the more traditional home screen, even though it's sort of a Samsung's custom home screen. You can just take apps and move them onto the wherever you want them. You got these widgets. You can remove and add these widgets to the home screen. The Kindle, that's one of the main disadvantages with the Kindles. I can't understand why Amazon doesn't allow us to have any kind of customization whatsoever. I mean, you can't even change the background. You just get the black. You can basically remove things from here, and I mean, that's it, dude. That's basically it. I mean, you can add different stuff right here, of course, to your app menu. But I mean, as far as widgets, there are no widgets. So with the regular Android tablets, of course, you got all kinds of widgets. You got your bookmarks, you got calendars. There's all sorts of stuff you can add to your home screens. You can resize them. You can organize it how you want. You got folders. That's another big advantage. Folders, just being able to group apps together. So I mean, that absolutely makes things easier. So I mean, you got the folders on the Kindle too. You can like put a reading apps list together. But being that it's like just this carousel on the home screen, you can't actually add the folders to the home screen. I mean, to the carousel or anything. It does get kind of irritating, to be honest with you. So the Galaxy Tab definitely has the more user-friendly apps. I mean, the interface. And of course, one of the unique features of the Galaxy tablets is the multi-window feature right there. So if you scroll out from here, I showed this in the other review, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail here, but basically what it does is it lets you have two apps open at once. So if you want to have the web browser and YouTube open at the same time, you can have both of those open. You can change the height of the window, so you can even take stuff from this window and move it to this window, like if you're typing an email or notes or something. So that's definitely an advantage. As far as reading goes, so the Kindle is definitely going to have more reading features because it's a reading-based tablet. So Kindle for Samsung, they've got their own Samsung branded app now. So let's go ahead and open up a book on the Kindle, and you're going to have a lot more features on the Kindle. You've got X-ray, you've got the generated table of contents, which is all nice right here on the side. So this one, if you just go, I don't know why they're using the old version of the Android app. So the new version of the Android app actually has this, but on this one, if you want to just go to the table of contents, it'll just take you to the beginning of the book, which is kind of irritating. And then you got to tap on that. So I mean, having the generated table of contents accessible from the side menu is quite nice. Obviously, Kindles, they have text to speech.
So the 4 places in the bony chaise were just filled before he took the reins to drive off.
So you're not getting that on the Galaxy Tab. You're not getting that on any Kindle app other than the Kindle Fire tablets. So that's one unique thing to Kindle Fire tablets for sure. So you also got this doesn't have the regular Android features, so it doesn't have the font adjusting options. You can use the regular Kindle app if you want the font adjusting options for different font types. So like the Kindle, it has the different font types. Like right here, we've got the different adjustable, but that Samsung version doesn't. So, like I said, you got the X-ray, which brings up all this other information about the characters and settings in the book. So it's got some more features as far as reading goes, and of course, it's got the audiobook tie-in. So you can, if you have the audiobook, it'll read it from professional narration instead of text to speech. So yeah, so there's definitely more features as far as the reading is concerned when you buy a Kindle Fire HDX. So Amazon kind of wants to keep some specific reading features for their tablets that you don't have on the Android app, so it's just a lot more basic. So like I said, the Amazon Fire tablets, without rooting them, you're gonna only be able to get apps from Amazon, from the Amazon App Store, and then with the Galaxy tablets, of course, you can get it from Google. So Samsung also has their own custom app store, or you can get some apps from. Alright, so the Galaxy Tab has this recent apps key right here. You can just jump between recent apps. From whatever app you're in, you can just jump around to the other app. So the Kindle, it kind of has the same sort of deal. You just pull up right there. You can jump back between apps as well. So mainly everything just looks a lot different on the Kindle. I mean, it acts a lot different just because you don't have the same sort of features. The Galaxy Tab, it does have a GPS. I do not believe the Kindle has GPS other than just through the Wi-Fi networks. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video review right here. Check out the ebookreader.com. I'll go ahead and have a written review post on there. I'll cover details I forgot to cover in this video because I know I don't remember everything I need to cover whenever I'm doing these videos. So make sure to check out the written review. If you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to ask them, and I will try to answer them the best I can. So thank you for watching. Have a good day.